All right, everyone, it's MarkRogersTV, the voice of college football. I am going with the live chat and the live stream right here just because of time purposes. We've got a kickoff in the Birmingham Bowl in just about 10 minutes. I apologize because I cannot see anybody's comments in the chat. I only have one device open. I usually have my other laptop or phone ready, and I do not have that. No, I don't have my phone available to check out any comments on live chat. I will check them out after I'm done recording here. But again, just because of the simplicity, I wanted to do a live stream with my college football predictions for today. So get this. This is crazy that I have been predicting college football games since 1982. 1982 is like another just place in time for many of you. That's like ancient history. That's like pre-World War II. 1982, I've been predicting college football games, and I never miss a top 25 game. I never miss a bowl game. So many things going on right now. I have not predicted the last 4 college football games. The last 4 bowl games just passed me by. I didn't even think about it. And maybe I thought about it sometime in the 3rd or 4th quarter. I haven't even seen the last several games. Try to get to as many college football bowl games as possible. Certainly the Power 5 teams, once they start playing, I try to see all of those games. I saw the Las Vegas Bowl with Arizona State and Fresno State day 1, saw that gun-to-gun. I saw the Tulane game, whoever they were playing, Louisiana. I believe Tulane, whatever the Tulane game was, they won 41-24. I saw that gun-to-gun. I locked in on that first Saturday 1 week ago. And since then, I've been out of it in regards to, of course, I know who won the games and looked at the scores, looked at the box scores, checked out a few highlights. I did catch much of the UAB Northern Illinois game. I did catch a substantial portion of that game, but I've been kind of out of it in regards to my predictions. So for the first time in 36 years, I have missed some college football predictions and during bowl season. So I had a friend text me and remind me, not directly remind me, but by something that he stated about betting, reminded me, we've got bowl games kicking off. I actually set my alarm for 15 minutes before the Birmingham Bowl because I don't want to miss today's games. I'll be doing Christmas stuff with my kids, but I'm going to DVR all the games, and I'm going to watch specifically. I want to see Wake Forest and Memphis. I want to see Houston Army, those 2 in particular. All right, here come our predictions on today's games. And again, if you're coming across me for the first time, I am the voice of college football, but this is not my forte, is predicting games. That said, I'm usually at 58% against the spread. That's been my lifetime history, and also about 82% straight up, but I'm not a professional. Here are my picks for fun. In the Birmingham Bowl, I like Wake Forest. I went into this situation thinking Memphis, big offense. But the more I looked at Dave Clawson's record, and check out Wake Forest's entire season of games, their score numbers against the ACC in particular, up, down, up, down. They are all over the place. Clemson annihilated them, not a big surprise, by 60 points. They play a Florida State team. They could barely beat anyone. They lost by 3 touchdowns. They lost to Syracuse by 17 points, not a big surprise there. But Pitt, who is barely scraped by everyone, they beat Wake Forest in Winston-Salem by 21 points. They had a couple of games in which, obviously, they've made a bowl game. They went 3-5 in the ACC, where they jumped up and beat some teams, but specifically against Duke, a 7-4 Duke team, 5-6 Wake Forest, and then suddenly they beat Duke 59-7. Just consider the opponents and how well they've played. And then a couple of weeks prior to that, before they laid the egg at home against Pitt in losing by 21 points, they beat a top 15, although that ranking was not earned, a ranked NC State team on the road on senior night, 27-23 with a last-minute touchdown. So Wake Forest is all over the place. I'm going to trust Dave Clawson. He has done well in bowl games at Wake. I trust him here, especially with the 3.5 points. I take Wake with the 3.5. I take them to win against Memphis. In the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl, Army Houston last year, we saw Navy come into this game, give up a quick touchdown to Virginia, and then stampede them for 49 consecutive points. I'm not saying that means anything toward this game. Army continues to become a bigger and bigger favorite as the week goes on. They are up to a 7-point favorite on most of your betting sites. I will take Houston in the 7 points. I'm going to take that Houston talent, and you talk about an up-and-down team that lost by 21 points their final game against Memphis. And I'm kind of discounting the early season performance in which they were in the game into the fourth quarter against Texas Tech. They blew out Arizona. If you look at the last 5 or 6 weeks, Houston, they've been all over the place. Score a ton of points, give up a ton of points. Army, very consistent. So I like Army to win the game, but I've got to take that touchdown. Dollar General Bowl, Buffalo-Troy. This is basically a pick'em game. Buffalo has a 10-2 record, but they have beat up on a weak MAC schedule. When they have played some decent teams, they have lost. Considering how Northern Illinois looked the other night against UAB, where they were pretty much dominated in the second half, especially against UAB, and Buffalo lost to that team in the MAC championship game. I don't get into huge score comparisons unless there's 5 or 6 to stack and find a trend. And with Buffalo, I find that they play anybody decent, they get murdered. Maybe not necessarily in this game, but enough to lose the game against Troy. Troy wins, take the point in case you need it. In the SoFi Hawai'i Bowl, Louisiana Tech and Hawaii. Louisiana Tech's a 1.5 point favorite in this game. I'm finding, again, I can't find trends with these 6-6 and 7-5 teams. It's difficult. There's a reason that they're arriving at bowl play with 6 wins and 6 losses or a 7-5 record against a group of 5 schedule. They have a ton of holes. They've got some ability. They can jump up with a big effort, but they are very inconsistent. We think that teams like, it was stated this year, like Ohio State and Oklahoma are inconsistent, but they're still beating teams week after week after week. You look at these 6-6, 7-5 teams, especially in the group of 5, you talk about inconsistency. So check out the score log for Hawaii and Louisiana Tech. You're going to be surprised at times, but then other times. And what really sold me on Hawaii not winning the game, the 3 best opponents they played by far: Fresno State, Utah State, and it must have been Boise. They lost 3 consecutive weeks to solid opponents. It was somebody else besides Boise. And they lost all those games between 20 and 40-point spreads. Now, Louisiana Tech is not that good. If Louisiana Tech could show up like they did at Death Valley against LSU in September, where they were only losing 24-21 with about 8 minutes left in the game before they lost by 17, I'll take that Bulldogs team against Hawaii. Hawaii at home, but I like Louisiana Tech. I don't think that if you look through the years, and I can't verify this statistically, I'd have to go back and look at Hawaii Bowl results. And of course, if Hawaii is eligible, they find a way to get them into the Hawaii Bowl for obvious reasons. They don't have to travel around the holidays. They can stay at home. They can draw a larger fan base in for the game. But I don't believe that Hawaii, you would think that that would be a huge home field advantage. But it's not necessarily the case. I'm going to check on that and look at Hawaii Bowl results. But for right now, I like Louisiana Tech. Give the 1.5 points against Hawaii. We will come back, and I will run through the rest of the week's games, starting with the Boise State-Boston College matchup. That's the first game post-Christmas, December 26th. We will preview and predict, or at least predict, all the games. I will get to as many previews as possible, and a number of things going on here at Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football. And so you need to stay tuned, and I appreciate all the subscribers who have been added just in the last couple days. It's been mammoth. I checked a few minutes ago. We had gained 123 subscribers in a day and a half. So keep it up. Tell your friends and family that we're here. It's College Bowl season. No better time to jump on to Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football. We will see you soon.